Hello everyone, action figure expert here, bringing to you my little review on the Hulk Classics Mecha Hulk by Toybiz. This particular figure is really well detailed. The paint apps on it are really spectacular. The detail in the mold itself are really great. Let's take a close look at the figure itself. Check that out there. It's got a nice robotic skull. If you can see what I mean by detail, check out those cables going from his shoulders to his neck. Got some hydraulic joints there. See that little panel on the side of his head there. Nice eyes. Check out the black wash on the silver parts of him. You can take a look on his forearm there. He's got some hydraulics, some mechanisms to control the arms with. He's got some cables there, go from his waist to the front of his thighs. It's got some panels and electronics underneath the green part of his thigh. I mean, just check out the detail on this guy. A very, very well made figure. Now some people are probably asking themselves or telling themselves, I don't care about this figure. It's just some robotic version of the Hulk. Well, there's actually a reason to get this particular figure here, and I'll tell you that in a bit after I go over the detail and articulation of him. On the back there, it's got some thrusters or boosters, help him fly. Check that out. I mean, even on the back of the thighs there, the detail is spectacular. He's got some cables right there, the back of his elbows. Lovely, lovely detail on this guy. I mean, look at the detail they did on his hands alone. Alright, as for articulation on this figure, this guy's got 46 points of articulation. Let's just go over some of the highlighted articulation. It's got your toe, your regular Marvel Legends style foot articulation there. He's only got a single ankle, but the detail on him makes up for the lack of articulation at that one little point. He's got swivel right there, ball hinge joint on the thigh there. He's got a swivel on the mid body there. His hands here. His hands are big enough that they could have given him individual finger articulation. Unfortunately, they didn't, but I can't complain too much about that. Make a little fist there. It's got articulation on the thumb. Swivel wrist. Single jointed elbows. Nice thing on the elbow though, if you can make that out there, it's got a little part to look like hydraulics moving up and down. That's nice. Swivel right there. It's got a side to side, front to back ball hinge shoulder, ball jointed head goes left to right, up and down, and when you move the head up and down there, those little right there hydraulic parts go backwards like that and make it look like it's moving. What else can I say about this figure? It's definitely one of my favorite figures from the Hulk Classics line. Let's see. One little feature that this figure has are these panels here that are made to launch these little telescopic missiles. What I mean telescopic is squeeze them in like that, put them in there, close the panels up. There's a button behind his head there. They open up the panels and shoot out like that. I personally don't care about projectiles like that. But luckily, the projectile doesn't interfere with any of the articulation or detail on the figure itself, so no complaints about that. Take a little bit closer look at the detail on him. The detail is what makes this figure really stand out. Like I said, there's some cables there. Take a look at the back of his thighs. It went to that much detail on this figure. Take a look at that right there, and the back of his elbow, and on his back. They're like little thrusters or boosters that probably help this this Mecha Hulk fly or take big leaps. Look at the indentation there on his waist. It's really nice. And the silver weathering on the green looks beautiful. Let's see. Now the main reason that this particular Hulk figure is really well worth getting is that it comes with this little figure right here. His name's Gremlin. If you love the Hulk villains, or if you got a little Hulk villain display going on, this figure's really nice to get, because in actuality Gremlin pilots the Mecha Hulk. There's a little cockpit in the back here. You open that little hatch. You can see on the inside there. Set Gremlin in there. Close that up. And he's piloting the Mecha Hulk. Like I said, he's a pretty well-known Hulk villain. I read a lot of issues with him in it in the 80s. And yeah, that's basically it. My little review on the Mecha Hulk. Detail on this figure, I definitely give a 10. Articulation's definitely a 10 on this. Accuracy, as far as accuracy, I don't think this was based off of anything in the comic books. As far as I know, it was only based off of an artwork by a guy named Arthur Adams. But for accuracy, I'd give it a 10 anyway. Availability, I only give it a 6. When it came to the particular wave that this was in, and maybe even most of the Hulk Classics line, most of the figures were pretty hard to find. This one came in a wave with an Absorbing Man, a Hulk figure called War Hulk, and another Hulk figure called the Gamma Punch Hulk, which came with a small Bruce Banner figure. But yeah, availability, I'd probably give it a 6. So overall, with the exception for the availability of this figure. It's probably like a 9.5. And yeah, that's basically it. My review on the Mecha Hulk. Yeah, check out my channel, subscribe, rate, etc., etc. And you all take it easy. Alright? Thanks.